If I only had 3 weeks to kill visceral fat, this is exactly what I would do. And I've done this 5 times. It's going to be the step-by-step, no bullshit way. And let's kill 2 birds with 1 stone, because you're gonna get rid of your visceral fat and you're going to get rid of the subcutaneous fat, that fat you can pinch at the same time. But disclaimer so that we're clear. This is simple in theory, but challenging in practice. And this is going to be my in case of emergency break glass method. And there's one underneath all of it, that one thing that decides whether your body decides to store visceral fat or to burn it. I call it the visceral fat switch. And by the end of the video, you're gonna understand exactly what flips that switch the wrong way, what flips it back so it's off, and how to keep it flipped off for the next 3 weeks. And once you see it, you cannot unsee it. My name is Dr. Michael Diamonds. I am a medical doctor, a scientist, a pro natural bodybuilder. In 2025 and in 2026, we looked under the hood of every single one of our clients. We did real blood work, DEXA scans, MRIs, and this strategy worked every single time. So do this right. And the bonus would be that you'll even see your 6-pack. So let me actually show you what that switch actually is, because it's easier to see than to explain. This is regular Coke, about 9 teaspoons of sugar. And these 2 funnels are 2 versions of you. One is storing visceral fat, which is this guy here, and the other one is not. Let me show you. So version 1, you drink the Coke and there's nothing in the way. All the Coke floods through your bloodstream all at once. And that flood, like you're seeing right now, is essentially what switches your body into flipping into storage mode. Your body pumps out insulin, and insulin's whole job is to take this sugar and to pack it away. A lot of it as fat right around your organs. But we also have version 2. Now, version 2 gets psyllium gel, aka fiber in the way first. So let's see what happens when we have fiber first. And you pour it. Watch the Coke. It enters, but a lot more slowly. It's not flooding. And essentially you get no big food, no big insulin surge. The switch stays off. The exact same drink, but 2 completely different bodies. And that's the whole game. Insulin is the switch. High insulin and you store. Low insulin and you burn. And everything for the next 3 weeks comes down to these 2 things happening at once. You have to stop feeding the fat and you have to consistently kill it. Miss either one of these and you'll stay stuck. And that's exactly where most people live, doing one and wondering why nothing is moving. So let's start with what's feeding it, because this is the part most people don't want to hear. The first thing is alcohol. And I know when I say alcohol, some of you react, but alcohol is a metabolic break. Your liver stops everything to deal with it. And while it's busy processing that drink, fat burning basically stops. And visceral fat around the same liver gets even worse. So for 3 weeks, we only got 3 weeks, no more alcohol, right? The second problem is ultra processed foods. And let me show you why it's not the same as normal food, especially when it comes to calories and storing visceral fat. So look at these 2 snacks. One hand we have Haribos and the other hand we have blueberries. Exact same calories, exact amount of sugar. But your gut treats these 2 different substances completely different. The blueberries, you chew it, it has fiber, it has nutrients and vitamins, and essentially that fiber slows down how sugar trickles into your blood on the way, and also this fiber feeds your good gut bacteria, and this also keeps you full. Look at the volume difference. This is the switch that allows to keep insulin low and burning. However, with the gummies, they're gone in 2 chews. Ultra processed means essentially that all the work that your body was supposed to do was already done in the lab. There's no fiber in here. There is also no nutrients, no vitamins, nothing to break down. The sugar here floods in, it creates an insulin surge, it switches on the visceral fat switch, and essentially you have an energy crash, and then you crave more hours later. And that's essentially the switch that's slamming everything shut over and over. So for the next 3 weeks, no more ultra processed foods. Stop it. All I want you to do is eating whole foods that have the same benefits and not, if not even more. Look at all the quantity. That's half the battle. And now we need to commit to the other half, killing it. Let's move into that. Now the other half, we talked about stopping feeding the visceral fat. Now we need to kill it. And the food that kills it, I call this the gut fire protocol, because it does two things that puts your gut on fire to burn visceral fat, and it does the two things at once. Number one, it's built on high protein. Why? Protein burns more calories just by being digested compared to any other food. That's essentially in science called the thermic effect of food. It's roughly 2 to 3 times more than the carbs and almost 6 times more compared to fat. So you're burning energy just eating it and fat as a consequence. The best part about these foods is that it feeds your good gut bacteria, which matter more than people realize, because there is a direct link between your gut health and visceral fat. Fix the gut and the fat has nowhere to hide. So here's a list of foods. I want you to screenshot this. Plain Greek yogurt and kefir for protein and probiotics. I want you to eat sauerkraut and kimchi, fermented for strong, healthy gut bacteria, and this will also strengthen your gut. Berries, they're high in fiber and also high in polyphenols and antioxidants. I want you to have chia and spinach for prebiotic fibers. I want you to eat salmon and omega-3s. That will cut down inflammation and improve your insulin sensitivity. Almonds and avocados for steady blood sugar. In terms of high protein sources, lean chicken, whole eggs, and egg whites. These are nutrient-dense foods that are easy to take around. And here's a day of what that looks like in a meal plan, not just giving you a list. So meal number 1 is gonna be a Greek yogurt power bowl. Essentially, you take plain Greek yogurt. It should be unsweetened, and look at the back that it says live cultures. In there, I want you to add a scoop of protein powder. Add a cup of blackberries, blueberries, strawberries, or raspberries, and mix it with chia seeds. And that's 50 grams of protein before you've tried even meal 2. Now meal 2, I want you to have salmon with baked potato. And potato has one of the highest satiety indices, meaning it will make you feel fuller than any of the other carbohydrate-based meals. We can also have some kimchi or sauerkraut on the side. Meal number 3 is the classic scrambled eggs, right? We want a whole egg yolk. If you can have 2 egg yolks for the fat-soluble vitamins, the egg whites give you the protein, and it even gives you choline, which is important for the body. Now, the full plan with the exact amounts, I've created a free guide for you, and I'll tell you how to get it later. All I ask in return is leave the video with a gentle thumbs up and share this with a friend, because they probably need to see this. So share with them on WhatsApp, super easy. Now, before your first meal, we also want to keep that switch off so that we can stay in fat burning mode from the moment we wake up. So in the morning, I want you to drink water first, then a spike flattener 10 to 15 minutes before you eat. So these are some drinks that you can have. The first drink you can have minutes before you eat, about 10 minutes, is a psyllium drink. It's 1 teaspoon mixed with a glass of water, and I want you to drink a lot of water after that psyllium. If you just drink the psyllium in normal water, it will be harsh on your gut, right? You're gonna feel like you have a cinder block in your belly, so please drink a lot of water. So essentially what happens, that gel that I showed you forms in your stomach way before, and it slows down how fast the food enters your system, exactly like the funnel. Then with the meal, you can have apple cider vinegar as another drink. Let's say if you don't want the psyllium drink, you can have 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar in a full cup of water. Then you can have a full meal after that. But I need to be honest, because I'd rather you trust me than like me. Psyllium can slow down how you absorb medication. So if you take anything in the morning, any medication from your doctor, right, that has to do with the blood sugar, consult with your doctor first about taking psyllium, right? I am a doctor, I'm not your doctor, so please consult with them. And the vinegar, please always dilute it in a lot of water, don't drink it raw, and skip it entirely if you have history of acid reflux or you have ulcers. Now, if the funnel of the blueberries versus gummies made that switch click for you, hit the gentle thumbs up. I will do my best to try and explain science and make it a lot more fun. That's essentially what motivates me to make more of these. Now, I can already hear some of you saying, Dr. Mike, that's great, but what if I leave the house at 5 a.m., I'm running on fumes at lunch. I hear you. What you're dealing with is not a willpower problem, it's a system problem. So if you want me and my team of doctors to build out an entire system for you, you can scan the QR code here. It'll take you to an application to be able to work with me and my team of doctors. We don't have a lot of capacity. We're very selective with who we work with. Yes, we are a premium product, but if you're a good fit and you're a busy individual, we can help you speed run and get the results you want. But let's move on. The foods that keep the switch off so that we can burn. Now we're actively gonna torch that visceral fat that's wrapping around your organs, and we're gonna start with when you eat. Fasting. It's a tool, not a religion, and more is not better. So for 6 days a week, you eat inside an 8-hour window period, right? And then we fast for 16 hours for 6 days of the week. So essentially you eat from middle of the day all the way to 8 p.m. and then we stop. 8 of those hours, of those 16 hours fasting, you're sleeping. And this is science. There's a 2022 randomized control trial, and essentially they saw that time-restricted eating, and there was an MRI study on intermittent fasting in pre-diabetic patients. They both saw significant visceral fat loss, general fat loss, from doing fasts as short as just the 16 hours. So just know that real visceral fat happens after that 8 to 12 week mark. So the first 3 weeks are just the strong beginning for you to get into the habit. Then one day in the week, just one, I want you to stretch that 16-hour fast a little longer to 24 hours. So how to do it? Your last meal should be on a Sunday at 8 p.m. And then you go to bed for 8 of those hours. You skip breakfast, you skip lunch, and then you have your dinner again at 8 p.m. on Monday. And you'll sleep through a third of your fasting period. And here's why I love this, because this is doing far more than just skipping meals. It drops your insulin to the floor, which is the deepest switch ever that goes towards burning. And it makes you way more insulin sensitive going forward. It triggers something called autophagy. Your body essentially clears out and recycles damaged cells. It's one of the best anti-aging processes we know. It boosts your growth hormone. What does growth hormone do? Protects your muscle and it drives fat loss. It lowers inflammation. It helps your blood pressure and your cholesterol. It even raises something called your BDNF. This stands for brain-derived neurotrophic factor. This is tied to sharper brain function. This is why when people fast, they're like, you know what? I think a lot clearer. I'm a lot more on my feet and I have clarity. And the most impressive part when it comes to visceral fat, it gives your gut a full day to recover, to rebalance, and to restore. One day just doing that. Now, something that you'll see everywhere. A 24-hour fast doesn't automatically equal to a pound of fat a day. The math is too clean, but what it does do, on day one, you put yourself in the strongest deficit and in the strongest possibility of a reset. And this will help drive that fat loss. And essentially, remember that if you have kidney or liver conditions, you're not fully healthy, consult with your doctor. Let me know if you've ever done a 24-hour fast. What's your experience? If you're someone who has been on medication, is it challenging? I want to know in the comments, was it hard? Did your cravings go away? I know I experienced that when I stop fat, when I do the 24-hour fast. I read every single comment, and I think other people may be inspired to try based off of yours, or uninspired. Share your story. Now, the next one is going to be something we don't talk about enough. It's movement. But you don't need a gym. Walking is the exercise that nobody respects enough, and the one that quietly kills visceral fat. I want you to aim for a minimum of 10,000 steps to 15,000 steps. And you don't have to do it all at once. You can break it up through your day. I want you to buy a walking pad. Keep it right under your desk, just like I have one right now. And it's one of the best investments you can make. It is the second best investment after working with me and my team. And it's a small dose of high intensity. 2 to 3 times a week, get on there for 25 minutes, warm up for 5 minutes. Then for 4 rounds, walk fast for 90 seconds and then walk slow for 90 seconds and repeat this for 4 rounds and then a cool down. I'll put also a full breakdown of this in a guide. Don't skip weightlifting. We need to resistance train because muscle is the key to the whole switch. Think of muscle like a sponge. The bigger it is, it soaks up all the carbs that you eat and stores them as glycogen, a more complex form of carbs, instead of letting it flood your blood, stay in your blood, and then being stored as fat. So the more muscle you carry, the more you can absorb, the more sensitive you get, and the less you store. It raises your metabolism around the clock. And there's a strong link between how much muscle you carry and how long you live. Now, I'm not saying become a bodybuilder like your boy. I'm just saying train 3 times a week, minimum. And 3 weeks, you will surprise yourself. I'll put this in the guide too. So, okay, this is the part that I want you to pay attention to more than anything else, because it's a switch that nobody's talking about. And this is why people do everything, right? But they're still getting stuck. You can stop feeding it. You can eat perfectly. You can do the fasting, the walking, the lifting. And then you may notice that the visceral fat is still clinging on. It's so annoying. It's still running in the background. Why? And the reason for that is cortisol. It's your stress hormone. So here's the mechanism, and it's the real answer as to why your body won't let go. Your body stores visceral fat as a survival response. When cortisol is chronically high, right? When you're very stressed, your body thinks and believes it's under stress all the time. And a body that thinks it's in danger is not going to release emergency fuel. It hoards it, especially around the organs. It wants your organs to survive. So you can be in the perfect deficit and your body still slams on the brakes to store, because on a primal level, it thinks that letting go of that fat will get you killed. So the way I like describing cortisol is like anti-testosterone. Testosterone builds muscle, burns fat, gives you energy. Cortisol does the opposite. It stores fat, it breaks down muscle for energy, and it drains you. And the kicker that most people never hear, cortisol isn't just your job or your family. Cortisol is also under eating, over exercising, poor sleep, scrolling on your phone the second you wake up. And you can be doing everything right and holding that switch turned on the whole time. So how do you lower it? It's nothing fancy. This is what I want you to do. I want you to focus on just breathing for 15 minutes. Lay on the floor, put your hand on your chest like this, and just try and focus on breathing for 15 minutes a day. And that's all that meditation is. It's focusing on one thing. You can also just go for a walk, and you don't need to listen to anything. Just go for a walk. This will bring down cortisol. Journaling, right? Writing into a book things that you're grateful for. This can release oxytocin. And these are things that can bring cortisol down. I'm also going to show you a quick cortisol controller. It's called a physiological sigh. This is how you do it. Just try it. You'll feel much calmer. It's 2 inhales, 1 long inhale followed by a short top up where you just inhale the last little bit of air, and a long exhale. So this is how you do it. And as you guys can tell, I have a little bit of a flu because I traveled, but I'm doing it for you. So that's how you do a physiological sign. You can tell I feel calmer. So the next thing is sleep and our screens. So this is a go to sleep protocol, just not a wake up alarm. I want you to cut caffeine 10 hours before bed, no more caffeine. So if you're trying to go to bed at 10 p.m., no more caffeine at midday. And get your phone out of your hands in the last hour of your day. And if you can fix this, that switch will finally stay off where you want it. And this is what makes everything else work. So there's your visceral switch. Stop feeding it. No more alcohol, no more ultra processed foods for 3 weeks. If you can't do it, we got a problem, right? We want to be in consistent visceral fat kill mode. We want the gut fire food. We want to do the fasting. 6 days a week, 18-6 with a 124-hour fast. 10,000 to 15,000 steps, right? 15,000 steps burns 500 calories. Do that for 7 days a week. That's a pound of fat burnt just from walking. We need to lift, right? And to unlock it, bring the cortisol down. Let's finally let go, right? Do the physiological sigh, the 10 minutes of meditation, 3 weeks. That's all we need. And you might be able to start seeing your abs as you progress. And like I promised, here's the reward for staying at the end. I put out a full guide, the drink stacks, the walking protocols, the training split, completely free. It is at the very bottom of the description, and you will get this emailed over to you. And if you want the exact meal plan built around your calories, you want a doctor to check under the hood, and you want to work with me and my team, It is the first link in the description. I've also put it in the comment section as the pinned comment, or you can scan the QR code. Now we have the 3-week guide to kill visceral fat. The ball's in your court, do the work. And like I say to all my clients, keep putting one foot in front of the other, especially when you don't feel like it. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.